Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In my last video, I discussed about the most important questions that are asked in F1 interviews recently. Those 5 questions are extremely important. If you're planning to go and attend F1 interviews in the next 2 months, I'm sure you will at least face a couple of questions from the last 5 questions that I discussed in my previous video. So in this video, I'm going to talk about another 5 questions, not as difficult as the previous 5 questions, but yet these questions are also being asked in the recent interviews. So it is good to discuss these 5 questions also. So the first question today is, why did you choose X university over Y university? So this is being asked a lot of times these days. You need to explain the major reasons behind your decision to choose or to go with this university. It is extremely important to talk about the program strengths or compare the course curriculum with X university versus Y university. Also talk about how it aligns with your career goals. So this is, yes, similar to why did you choose this university, but here it is more about comparing this university with the other offers that you have in hand. Comparison here does not mean that you compare rankings or you compare locations. It is important for you to compare course strengths and also course syllabus. Then you can probably talk about the overall ranking of the university and your subject rankings as well. While answering this question, never talk about your seniors passed out of this university or somebody referred this university to you. Do not talk about anything like that. It is not good to rely on somebody else's experience. This is one of the most important decisions that you're taking. So it has to be based on your research. For example, I picked San Jose State University over University of New Haven as SJSU's course is unique. It offers electives like AI, cloud computing, and also cyber security. These are the fields I want to explore. Their course curriculum also includes practical lab components, and SJSU has also a lot of connections with Silicon Valley where I would get to do a capstone project which is extremely helpful for my career. So you can talk like this where you include the course strengths here. You can also talk about the core components of the syllabus, the rare combinations. Ensure that you do the research about what are the strengths of your course and how it is unique when compared to the other universities or the admits that you have in hand. I'm sure you'll be able to frame good answers if you do this research. The next important question a lot of students have faced recently is about funding. So when it comes to funding, they're asking questions in different ways, like how will you fund your education? Who is sponsoring your education? Do you have education loan? What are your sponsors' occupation? They ask these questions in different ways. So understand, whenever they ask about funding, it is very important for you to talk about the savings amount that you have. Also talk about the annual income of the family, and then talk about the education loan if you have. It is important to show the visa officer that you're financially in a good position to pay college fees. You can always say, my family is sponsoring my education. My father works at SBI as a branch manager. We have a savings of around 35 lakhs in my account. I also have secured an education loan of around 40 lakhs from HDFC Credit. In this answer, I mentioned the overall funds that I have as savings, and then the overall annual income of my family, and also the education loan that I have. So it is good. In case if you have scholarship, also include scholarship. There's no problem. When you talk about funding, be very careful, very clear, and be confident. If you do so, then you will not be asked about any kind of documentation. So third question that a lot of students have faced in the very recent times is, who helped you in admission process or visa process? There are a lot of rumors that you should not talk about agents, or you should not talk about the help from the professors from the university that you're going to. No, it is not like that. You please be truthful. There's nothing wrong if you rely on an agent, or if you rely on some YouTube channels or online or ChatGPT, or if it is even fine if you say that you have managed the entire process on your own. So there is no rule that you should only do it yourself, but it is mandatory for you to understand each and every step of the process. Now let's say if you have done it yourself, you can always say that I managed to do the entire process on my own. I have researched about the universities and applied online. I prepared for the visa interviews and here I am. It doesn't matter whether you rely on an agent or you do it on your own, but it is important for you to understand what exactly is the process and what is a step-by-step process in case if they ask. So before you go for the interview, always understand what is the complete admission process or visa process. You can talk to your agents, they'll definitely tell you what it is, or you can even check online. Next, they are asking questions from your own I-20. So about what is the course start date, course duration, financial information like how much is the fees, how much is the living expenses. Everything is mentioned on your I-20. So it is imperative that you read all the information that is on I-20 before you go for visa interviews, because visa officers expect you to do that much. So do not fumble when they ask you information about how much is your fee. You're not expected to mention the exact amount, like if it is $11,856, it is okay even if you say that it is somewhere around $11,500 to $12,000. So it's absolutely fine. So they don't expect you to talk about the minute numeric numbers. It is impossible for anybody to remember such minute numbers unless you buy hard, right? But when it is start date or when it is course duration, you should give correct information. Last but the trickiest question is, what did you do after undergraduation? So here in this question, a lot of students fumble because they would have completed their undergraduation 1 year before and they do not know what to talk. So it is important that you prepare for this question. If you are a recent passed out, like 2025 passed out, you don't have to worry. You can always say that I have recently completed my undergraduation in the month of March, and then I have started preparing for the admissions and the visa process. So it's just 2 or 3 months of time. In case if you have a gap of more than 6 months or up to 1 year, talk about the course that you learned, talk about the preparation in terms of IELTS exam or TOEFL exam. Then also talk about your research, the time that you spent in terms of choosing the university or the course curriculum, whatever. So never mention that you have been preparing for the visa application or the admissions from the last 1 year, because it's not the right way to do it. You just give answers confidently. No question is difficult. If you prepare, do a little bit of research, I'm sure you get a lot of genuine good information to talk about. So do not copy answers, as I said in previous video also. If you copy answers, that's when you fumble a lot, and the visa officers are not interested to listen to same answers from every student. So they want every student to come prepared with their own ideas and thoughts. So do not worry, prepare well. I'm sure you'll be able to get through the visa interview. In the next video, I will talk about another 5 questions that are being asked these days, but not as frequently as these first 10 questions. So these first 10 questions are extremely important. Out of these 10, you might even get 3-4 questions. Prepare well. I'm sure you'll be able to crack the visa interview. If you like the information in this video, please like. Also share it with the students who are preparing for their visa interviews. Also subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much.